What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, back with another movie review. Today we're going to take a look at a Spike Lee joint from 1999. We've got Summer of Sam. Yes, based on the Son of Sam killings. David Berkowitz, who was a serial killer back in the 70s, killed, I believe, like 5 or 6 people, and claimed that he was had ties to a satanic cult, claimed that this dog told him to do it. Very interesting serial killer. And there was a really good Netflix documentary or limited series put out about that, and I highly recommend checking that out. It kind of goes really heavy into the satanic cult thing, but I don't know, I found it pretty entertaining. So this movie was actually written, and I didn't know until Trash Dash told me, it's written by Michael Imperioli from Sopranos, fucking Christopher. So that's really interesting. I love that guy. I think he's a great actor. Turns out he's an amazing screenwriter as well, or writer of film. So that's fantastic. This movie is probably my second favorite Spike Lee joint at this moment that I can think of. Like, I love fucking Clockers. I love Malcolm X, of course. I think that Summer of Sam, I think it's all due to the acting. I love all the fucking leads in this film. Like the Adrian Brody plays like this punk rocker guy that's from the neighborhood, all these Italian dudes. John Leguizamo is like this dude. He's married, he's a hairdresser, fucking cheating on his wife notoriously with everyone. Everyone knows it except for the wife. She ends up leaving him and all that shit. But the punk rock guy, he like goes to England or something and comes back to the neighborhood. Everyone thinks he's a freak because he's got like spiked hair. He's embraced the punk look of the 70s. So basically the mob gets involved with the Son of Sam killings because like the police can't figure it out. So the mob starts getting involved and putting lists together of people that they might think are the Son of Sam killer, the 44 caliber killer. And the punk rock guy, Adrian Brody, ends up being like the top of the list. So there's a good portion of the film spent on them sort of, these mob, like low-level mob guys. One of them is actually Jackie from Sopranos, which is awesome. But, they start like enforcing a curfew and stuff when all this was happening. I don't know how true like all the mob shit was in the film, but I really think that's kind of a cool thing because like they are trying to protect the neighborhood. They throw like huge parties and stuff. Like when there's a huge blackout in the 70s, so during the Son of Sam killers, and like all these mob guys like sort of funded these block parties and shit where people could leave their house and sort of feel safe because they're around a bunch of people. Like that would be a very like terrifying thing to go through. Like I feel like now serial killers would be like, it'd be harder to be a serial killer because there's more CCTV around, closed circuit television, where everything's being filmed. Where back in the 70s, like there was, motherfuckers are getting away with crazy shit. Like there was probably killings in New York in the 70s that were like 1,000 times worse than the Son of Sam stuff that was never even discovered. Because think of how big the city is. The city that never sleeps unless you're sleeping with the fishes. So I really like the take with this. Mike Starr is actually in this film too. He plays like Adrian Brody's stepdad, who I always like seeing him come up in movies. Of course, he was in Goodfellas. He's got a really good role in Dumb and Dumber, and again he's in Summer of Sam. So because everyone thinks that Adrian Brody did these killings, they're looking for him. They want to kick his ass and stuff. And there's a really good part at the end, like when the Son of Sam is actually caught, and it's kind of like a real tense moment. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but like these mob guys are going to get Adrian Brody, and they don't like catch any of the radio broadcasts or television broadcasts saying that David Berkowitz was caught. So my favorite scene in the film, hands down, is when Adrian Brody and the girl he's with, they do like a song, a punk rock version of the Son of Sam letter, like where it's like, hello from the sewers of New York City. Like, and it was like a punk rock version, and it fucking rocked, and I loved it. I'd actually like to get like a MP3 file of that to roll around and listen to, because it was that fucking cool. That was probably my favorite part of the film, because I really like serial killer letters, you know what I mean? Like the Jack the Ripper letters, like the From Hell letter, the what is it? Something Jackie, I forget. and then there's 3 Jack the Ripper ones that they think are legit, but and like, tons of Zodiac and shit like that. But anyways, Summer of Sam, all the stuff with David Berkowitz, like him like freaking out in his apartment and like screaming at the dog and shooting the dog and talking to the dog and all that stuff is really cool. I don't know who the fuck played David Berkowitz in this film, but I think he did a good job. Quick break to take a toke. This pen. I don't know. I've never really been the biggest Spike Lee fan, but this was great. This was right up there with Clockers, in my opinion. I think that he did Crooklyn as well. Could be wrong on that, but fuck yeah. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you leave a 666 in the comments. Check out Summer of Sam if you've never watched it, from '99. So, yeah. Adios.